everyone, and welcome back! Today, we're diving into a story about a deal that was almost too good to be true. Steve was just looking for a new place to call home, somewhere with a bit of character. And boy, did he find it. Deep in a dark oak forest, he stumbled upon a massive woodland mansion for a ridiculously low price, just a few emeralds. The catch: the villagers whispered it was haunted, but Steve, being the practical guy he is, figured a ghost couldn't be worse than a creeper blowing up his front porch again. So, he moved in. The mansion was, well, it needed some love. Cobwebs everywhere, spooky drafts, and the occasional weird noise. On his first night, Steve heard it. A long, mournful moan from upstairs. He grabbed his trusty diamond sword and crept up the grand staircase. He rounded a corner and saw it. A translucent, shimmering figure floating in the hallway. It tried to phase menacingly through a wall, missed, and ended up stuck halfway in a broom closet. This wasn't a terrifying phantom. This was Ghastly. And he was, to put it mildly, terrible at haunting. His attempts to scare Steve were just sad. Chains would rattle and then just fall on the floor with a clatter. Spooky whispers turned out to be him just talking to himself about how drafty the place was. Instead of feeling scared, Steve just felt bad for the guy. This ghost wasn't malicious. He was just incredibly lonely. So, Steve decided to try a different approach. He started leaving a couple of cookies on the enchanting table before bed. The next morning, they'd be gone, with just a few phantom crumbs left behind. He set up a chessboard in the library, and soon, he and Ghastly were playing nightly games, with Ghastly's pieces floating gently across the board. Through these quiet evenings, Steve learned Ghastly's story. He wasn't some ancient evil. He was the original builder of the mansion, a passionate architect who had passed away before anyone could ever see and appreciate his masterpiece. All he ever wanted was for someone to love his home as much as he did. An idea sparked in Steve's mind. This house didn't need to be haunted. It needed to be home. Together, Steve and Ghastly started the biggest renovation project the overworld had ever seen. It was a montage of epic proportions. Ghastly, using his ghostly powers, would point out weak spots in the structure and phase through walls to help with the wiring gore. Well, the redstone? Steve Hamaday mined and crafted, replacing decaying wood with fresh oak planks and shattered windows with sparkling glass. They transformed the dusty, forgotten mansion. The creepy library became a cozy community reading room. The massive, empty ballroom was filled with music blocks and note blocks, turning it into a dance hall. They even built a friendly mob-sized cafe in the West Wing. Soon, villagers, friendly zombies, and even the occasional Enderman would stop by. The spooky, haunted mansion became a vibrant, welcoming community center, a place full of life and laughter. Ghastly was no longer a lonely ghost. He was the proud host of the most popular spot in the entire world! And it all started because Steve saw a lonely soul instead of a scary monster. Thanks for watching, everyone. It just goes to show that a little kindness can rebuild more than just a house. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. We'll see ya in the next video!